What are some slang terms a 50-year-old dad can say to his daughter to embarrass her? I took my daughter to Lego Imagination Center a few days ago, and there's a place for Lego Ninjago that the kids were loving. There's a guy there with a 5-year-old son and he's trying to convince his kid that he's a real ninja that went to ninja school. His kid wasn't buying it, but was selling it hard. I took my daughter over and said, "Sweetie, do you want to meet a real ninja?" and pointed to the guy. His son looked a bit confused and told my daughter how I met him in ninja school and that he was the greatest ninja they ever taught. That little kid lit up. "Daddy, you're really a ninja." The guy just smiled at me and said I would never lie about something this important. Of course I am. That kid is going to tell all of our friends that his dad is a real ninja for at least a month. Edit. Thank you to the 2 awesome people that gilded my comment, and to the thousands that upvoted as well. I didn't realize such a simple story would be so popular, but I'll have to share more. Please, keep your goofy dad stories pouring in. I'm loving the ideas for when my kids get older. We are both 35, 40-year grown men carrying on about how good the other looks and all the rest of it. The blood drained from both daughters' faces and you could literally see them thinking, "Just kill me now." It was glorious. 10/10ths would recommend. Edit. First gold. Thanks Reddit. Does that mean I win the internets today? Edit 2. The other dad and I know each other from a local church and we are both jokers. It was a cosmic alignment thing. On another note, I wore a top knot in public today to further embarrass them. Being a dad rocks. Story time. My daughter was meeting a friend of hers before they both went to dinner with another friend of theirs for a birthday. They were about 14 over 15 at the time. I'm walking my daughter towards the meeting place and we see her friend and friend's dad walking towards us from the opposite direction. This is on a busy mall area in front of a cinema complex. They run towards each other and start gabbing on like teenagers do. This is where the fun starts. The friend's dad and I look at each other, then burst out with a high-pitched scream and run towards each other into an enthusiastic embrace. Some of the comments we made are as follows. "OMG, you look fab. Oh, it's all you be. What have you done to your hair? I love it. etc." When she says something innocuous, just say, "Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Egg. Dad, can I get more syrup for my pancakes? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Getting syrup for the pancakes?" When I was 17 I worked at a pizza place with mostly high schoolers and one 38-year-old man. He was nice, but a little creepy at times because he seemed to forget most of his coworkers were girls half his age. I asked my friend who also worked there to tie my shoe because I'd hurt my knee and couldn't bend down very easily. The older man turns around, sees her tying my shoe, and says all surprised, "Oh, you actually meant tie my shoe?" I assumed that was an innuendo for something. I was mostly confused as to what he thought tie my shoe was an innuendo, and why I would be saying it to my friend at work in the middle of the dinner rush. I must have been about 18 or 19 when I was getting ready to go out with friends when my father asks, "Dad, what are you up to?" "Just going to hang around with your bum mates." Me, WTF. "Dad, what? You don't say that anymore. You know, bum mates, your mates you bum around with." No dad, no, we do not say that anymore. My dad makes up a bunch of euphemisms for menstruation that are much worse than saying, "Are you on your period?" And honestly, if it weren't for the fact that he thinks these euphemisms are somehow more appropriate than just saying, "Are you on your period?" in the context of asking if he needs to get me anything, he'll very loudly announce, "Are you on your pee? Do you need supplies?" And that's so much worse than just saying period. Oh my god. Just ask if I need pads. About a month ago I shared with my wife the novel meaning of smash. A couple days after that, while our son was home for the holidays, we'd arrived back home as our son was heading out with his girlfriend. Wife asked him what he was up to. He said they were heading out to the shopping center. He asked us what we were gonna do as he headed towards the car. Without missing a beat, my wife said, "Your dad and I are gonna smash." He stopped in his tracks for a moment, then kept going. She asked, "Did I not say it right?" He replied, "Just don't." Didn't break stride, couldn't get in the car fast enough. Sweetie, you're at a critical point in your life. The choices you make now can determine the outcome of your future. This is why I need you to promise me you'll take school seriously. The sky is the limit if you just try. I only tell you this because I love you and I want you to be woke as. I try to embarrass my daughter every chance I get as I feel it is truly a dad's job to do such things. She unfortunately doesn't react the way I would like. She finds it cool that I'm on top of pop culture. I even went so far as picking her up in my, what I deem an old people's car, ride with Kendrick Lamar blaring. I was bopping my head. Instead of the utter embarrassment, her friends started dancing around, and I've become the cool dad. Now I've gotta do this all the time when I get her from school. It's also led to her friends coming over all the time and listening to music at top volume. My daughter trolled me while I was trying to troll her. Be careful, it backfires. I have almost convinced my 5-year-old that I used to be Spider-Man, but his mother made me stop. Edit. However, he isn't completely convinced that he used to be a baby groundhog until we brought him inside and gave him people food. Edit 2. Thank you, kind gilding stranger, my first gold. To clarify, my wife didn't make me stop telling him, she made me quit being Spider-Man. She also steals my hair at night. I'm balding. His usual response to our comments about being a groundhog is general denial, leading up to "I am not a groundhog." We agree and correct him that he just used to be a groundhog. When our oldest was about 5, I brought a large egg-shaped rock home from a camping trip in Canada and told him it was a moose egg. We couldn't keep it on a windowsill or by the heat register or it might hatch. He started to take it to school for show and tell one day, and I had to admit to the story. I didn't think it would play out well in the classroom. And I'm saving this thread to show my mom. My mom, 53, and I, 33, enjoy embarrassing my sister, 17, by being as ridiculous as possible. My 10-year-old laughs at us now, but his time is coming. Eat a wow, an entire discussion about my family. Lol, since people are curious. First off, I'm female. Secondly, I was actually planned, and that sister was a happy accident. I'm one of 7. Ages are all current ages. Mom marries Dumbus. 1. Me, 33. 2. Sister, 31. 3. Brother, 30. Mom divorces Dumbus when I'm 13. Starts dating Moran when I'm 15. 4. Sister from story, 17. Things happen. Mom adopts Moran's grandkids. 5. Sister, 16. 6. Sister, 15. 7. Brother, 13. Mom and Moran break up. Mom swears off dating altogether. And yes, I did have a kid when my younger siblings were all under 10. My kid was a happy accident. I'm happily married to his father now, and we have 2 other kids as well. When my daughter was in high school a few years ago, she and her best friend were using the phrase totes presh, meaning that something was totally precious. After a few weeks of hearing this one, I got my opportunity. I was driving them somewhere, with them in the backseat. They were talking about the place they'd gone to breakfast at a few days before, and how wonderful the French toast was. So, I butted in with, "Was it toast presh?" Dead silence from the backseat. I think the temperature in the car dropped about 20 degrees. When they got out of the car, my DD gave me the angriest eat shit look I have ever gotten. Score. Next time you see her with her friends, dab and continue to do it until someone says something. Then tell them that you and your daughter do that to say goodbye, and act like she's being too shy to do it in front of her friends. Edit. Say something about Tide Pods too. Kids nowadays love them. Edit 2. Tide Pods are a type of laundry detergent. Some like to eat them or smoke them, stuff like that. Some people have died because of it, so do it at your own risk. Dabbing is a dance move that looks like you're covering your face, like you're sneezing with your other arm extended. Yes, I'm literally Hitler. Yes, Argentina is nice this time of year. As a 30-year-old who hates the upcoming generation and their Kardashian type phrases, I give this. Your mother and I are going to get pretty faded tonight at this super lit restaurant. We might be home late because we got turned. The margaritas there are on fleek. You can invite some of your basic bitches over for a Netflix and chill session. If you want, just don't make a mess and keep it 100. I left $20 for pizza on the Davenport. Don't tell mom. I know what you're thinking, dad. That's savage. Just keep it on the low key. Okay, we gotta skeet. Have fun. Bonus points if you say this while her friends are over. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.